Here we go. 15 seconds. The radio's going to start.
Your show will go live
There it
in
is.
5 seconds.
We're
4,
going live.
3, 2, 1. Blog Talk Radio.
And good evening. Yes, because it's evening this time. Ooh, that's different. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever and whenever you may be listening to us across the entire globe. It's Psychic Talk, because you might be in Australia and it's like the morning. Oh, we are trying out another one of our evening shows because we always do, 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. London. But I just realized that the poor London people, it's 2 something at 2:30 in the morning or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, no, maybe it's only 11. Well, it's 9:30 East Coast time. Yep, 2:30. 2:30 in London. Oh, are you guys awake just because we're having our show? So for those that are new, we live simulcast on radio and video streaming on YouTube. And I'm so lucky because I have not one, but 2 co-hosts. We have Ellie Moonchild and Michelle Methey joining me. Oh, I did a rhyme. Joining me tonight. Yeah, yeah. And you can, if you're listening on the radio, you can come join us in the chat and actually see us. Just type in open a new tab in your browser and just type in psychic.cafe/live, and that'll take you right over to the actual live on YouTube, and you'll see the chat room right there. And you can ask for mini readings in there, and you can ask for, maybe you have a question about tarot or numerology or Lenormand, Oracle decks. Maybe you have a question about publishing. There's another thing you can ask about because we have a lot of published authors, a lot of deck creators in the guild. Oh, by the way, we're the official broadcast of the Tarot Guild. Always forget to mention that on all the shows. Rudy's in there. Oh, all the way from India. And we got Shadow. We got Jasmina. Jasmina's returning again, too. She had a question about money. We'll get to that in a minute. But hey, if you're watching us on YouTube, you could also join us on radio. You can call into the show. I'm going to type that into the chat, I think. Call in 714-816-4628. Bing. There we go. Put in the chat. 714-816-4628. We already have a few callers in the caller queue. Remember to press 1 on your dial pad so that it raises your hand next to your phone number. It pushes you up into the caller queue. And if you don't do that, we just assume you're listening to the show, which is perfectly fine. You can just call in to listen if you want. 714-816-4628. But if you want to chat with us, make sure you push 1 on your dial pad. But if you can't call in, join us in the chat. And join us in the chat anyway. But if you can't call in, you can always ask your questions in the chat. We'll read them off in the order that they come in. Oh, dear. I just remembered. I forgot to get my pad and paper. I'll get that in a minute. I was going to start writing down the questions and all, because sometimes it scrolls by and wow. So
smart thinking.
What's going on with you guys tonight, huh? Are either of you using a particular deck, or are you going to do whatever calls to you?
I have my Curio Machete's Lenormand deck.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you've been using that a lot. Yeah.
I have. But I also have my Light Seer deck.
Oh, Light Seer, cool. I remember
Yeah,
seeing,
my tarot deck and my cat.
and yeah, can't get rid of that cat. Which one is that?
That's my mama cat, Genevieve.
Okay, so we
And
actually have 4 co-hosts tonight, everybody. Ellie,
and her
Michelle
babies
is
are under my
Michelle.
desk.
Yeah, but I wanted to tell Ellie, Michelle is going to focus on Lenormand for the cafe and do all kinds of
Yes.
Lenny stuff. We call them Lennies because
It's so cool.
yeah, because we need a course on Lenormand, some workshops. We even thought of a deck that we
Mhm.
could make. Yeah, Dan, Michelle's husband. I almost said Michelle's wife. I don't know where that came from, Michelle. Anyway, he might look
Mercury
good in a
retrograde.
dress. He might look good in a dress. We don't know. But anyway, no, he came up with some great ideas for some decks and stuff like that. Especially the Lenny deck. I liked his idea for the Lenny deck, which we can't give away because someone will steal it, right?
That's right. It's still in the works.
So here I am, and you can see in the background here the rain coming down. It's so cool, and it's so funny because it's actually like that outside right now. It is pouring here in Tucson, and I got the fireplace going over here. You see, and you'll see the calendars around the calendars. You'll see, God, you'll see the candles around the coffee shop flickering in the background here. I think there's one over here. Yeah, you can't see the table though. The table's kind of behind me here. Yeah, but pull up one of these chairs. Go ahead and pull up one of the chairs. There's chairs free in the cafe. You can hang out with us here. What else is going on? Okay, so Shadow wants us to pull a card too. And Rudy put HRY Dan. Is he asking if Dan's horny? Well, Dan's always horny. Anyway, um, Dan only just got in a chat. I wonder if he missed all that stuff. We've been ragging on
Oh,
you
that's
since we
awesome.
started the show. Well, Rudy put in HRY Dan question mark. And I'm like, what would HRY be short for? And of course, my mind's always in the gutter. So the first thing that popped in my mind, oh, horny. Are you horny, Dan? Anyway, I gotta do my oh my god face and my smiley face. I'm popping them in there. And Jill's in there, meta crazy. Oh wow. Ellie, are you using a particular deck or are you going to use a bunch of different decks?
I've pulled out a bunch of different decks, but I think one of my
Oh,
favorites today will be my trusty pastel Waitsmith.
oh, I like that one. Oh, show one of the cards
Yeah.
and the back.
It's just a traditional Waitsmith with pastel coloring.
But it's pastel coloring, which is really cool.
Perfect for spring. So
Yeah, I was just
that
thinking
one,
Easter basket myself. And
pastel journey. I'm all about the
yeah,
pastels today.
look at that. She's got her Easter basket
So
full of
good.
cards there, Michelle. Tiffany just came in.
Yeah.
Godfather just came in. Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Remember, you can ask obviously for a mini reading, but you can also talk about other stuff. So if you've ever been curious about the Tarot Guild, we've been around for 20 years. If you have any questions about that, becoming a member, hey, I'm a psychic medium, I'm an astrologer. Can I actually join the Tarot Guild? Yes, you can. In fact, lately I've just been calling it the Guild because since the beginning of the year, this is our 20th year. And our 20th birthday is actually on Halloween. So October 31st, 2024. I almost said 2004. Actually, that's when it started. Yes. And so we're opening up to everybody, and especially because we have Psychic Cafe, Psychic Talk Network. Yeah. So we want everything, animal communicators, you name it. And if you have questions about that, getting certified, we do certification. We are a guild, so we've been doing certification for 20 years. We're the only people that really do it. There are some newer websites popping up that are a little shady, fly by night stuff, you know. Some of the organizations, Tabby and Australian Tarot Guild, and some of them, they do like a type of certification. And sometimes with some of the certifications, you're required to take their course. We don't do that because we are a guild. You can take our course, but you don't have to. You can apply for certification at any time and just go through the process and get certified. And we have multiple levels. You see a lot of the ones you see nowadays, it's tied to a course. So there's an individual teacher and she's selling a course or he's selling a course. And at the end, you can get certified. Sometimes it's nothing more than a certificate that you completed the course. Really, it's not real certification. Sometimes it's real certification, but you know, it has to do with their course, and you have to go through theirs. And it's not like having a professionals organization behind you, you know. So those are the kind of questions you can ask, like, you know, should I get certified? And how can you you know, how can you put your business on Psychic Cafe, and how can you join us as a host on Psychic Talk? You can ask those questions, or maybe you got a general question about tarot or numerology or oracle cards or Lenormand or Lenny's or all the ones all the ones we cover here. You know, we'll be happy to answer your questions about that stuff. Oh, before anything else, you guys might have already seen my numerology of the day, because I put out a video for today's numerology, and I'm going to repeat it real quickly here. But what I started doing on the shows is I have a mini little video that goes out earlier in the day. I was actually late today, but it usually goes out, like, it's up at 6 a.m. I have it set to automatically, you know, premiere, but then I need to go and promote it, which usually happens 8, 9, 10 in the morning. But today it was late. And then I do the show, and I you know, give it to you on the show. But then I also record tomorrow's cards of the day and numerology, because then I excerpt that out and that becomes the video for tomorrow. Yeah. So bear with me as I go through this real quickly here. Obviously, it's the first, right? So new beginnings, leadership, self, things like that today. And this is a good example. You know, we're here on the evening. Why I'm doing this, I do it for the daytime shows too, but I figured if I'm giving today's cards now, the day's almost over. So, you know, anyway, the entire day reduces to 4 structures and foundations. Now, I got the 8 of Pentacles. So, of course, 8 is abundance in numerology. Yes. And how do we get to abundance? Hard work and dedication. That's what this card's all about. Then for the card of the day, that was actually the heart of the matter card. For the card of the day, I got the 6 of Swords. Obviously, it can be a journey across water. It's hard to do this with this background. That's the only thing I hate about the background. Otherwise, I love it. But I have it turned on because I did it for a few days, Ellie, and then I stopped so that I could like show the cars like this, which I can't do. And by the way, you can't see my microphone either. I have to pull it in like this to see for people. And I like it being in the shot, you know. And so I did that, and then Dan was like, "Oh, I miss the cafe." And I'm like, "Okay, I'll play the cafe background." But of course, obviously, this could be a journey across water. So this is one of the traditional travel cards, right? Also, it could be like moving on from hard times, hope for a better future, and, you know, making slow, steady progress towards a goal or something. Now, these 2 cards together, it's interesting, because if you think about it, look at those 2 together here. So the necessary journey, right, for improvement and success. Yes. And sometimes this is about change too. So, embracing change and hard work, advancing skills and dedication is needed when these two cards are together. So that was the cards for today and the numerology for today. Now I'm going to do tomorrow. So now I got to think hard. What was tomorrow? Tomorrow's the 2nd. So, okay, relationships, partnerships, mediation, all that kind of thing. Any two things coming together, or more than two things. And then I think the entire date, 2, 6. So with 8, the universal number, that'd be 14. So 5. So high energy, change, potential chaos tomorrow. So don't sign any contracts tomorrow. Too much 5 energy. Yes, do not sign contracts. And what else was I going to say? Don't make any big purchases or anything like that. And then let's see. The heart of the matter card. No, that's the heart of the matter card. The heart of the matter card is the 4 of Pence. There's that structure again. And obviously, this is, you can kind of see it's like holding on, right? Holding on, fear of losing what you have, material possessions and financial security. It can be talking about in a positive way. It doesn't have to be a fear, but that's, one of the other possibilities. Could just be talking about investments. It can indicate financial stability, but it can also signify like a sense of greed or material obsession. And then the card of the day, here's the card of the day. Much more sunshiny. We got the 10 of Cups, right? And by the way, this is the same card that we had. We had this card on Sunday too. And it's obviously, idyllic family scene, happiness, fulfillment. So, you get these two together and it's really cool. You get a balance between emotional fulfillment and material possessions. Does that make sense? Can also mean you're focused too much on attaining material success. You're overprotective. Maybe you're overprotective of family or the material possessions. It can, in the negative side, it could talk about like sacrificing emotional needs and relationships in pursuit of wealth. That's another good possibility. See, I never know if it's in camera or not. It's hard to tell. Anyway, that's the numerology and cards of the day for tomorrow, which will be April 2nd, 2024. Did anybody else pull cards or want to pull cards, or we're going to skip it?
Maybe. Well, on my deck, I got the book, which is the number 26. And the book represents studying, knowledge, education. So really take your time to do your research. Maybe go back to school if you need to. Take your time to, don't hesitate. I also got the Tower card. Don't hesitate on taking time for yourself. Take a book and step back and enjoy life for a minute. Because as Dax was saying, tomorrow is a 5-day. So with the book, which is over here, tomorrow might be the day to just relax and take in some new knowledge and some new information and learn something new, and really just take that time for yourself. So that's what I got. And I hope that was helpful.
Awesome. I'm doing things in the chat right now. Dan just said 500. So I think that means we just hit 500 subscribers.
Woohoo!
Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay, so that deserves some applause. Yay. Breaking news. Breaking news. We just hit 500 subscribers on the channel. Now we just need like, I don't know why it got all dark. That was weird. I wish I knew how to do that effect when I want to actually do it, you know? Yeah. Oh, I did figure out though that I can do a magic trick. I can where'd it go? I can like disappear. Just having way too much fun here. Anyway, we have to hit now 3,000 watch hours. We are at, by the way, another big one because we just today hit 1,501 watch hours. We are halfway to our goal of 3,000. Yay. Awesome sauce. And I love it. Ellie and Michelle are both clapping and their microphones are muted, so we don't even hear them.
We can see, right? It's
But we can see,
the
well, unless they're
universal
on
language.
radio, the people on radio can't hear.
Oh, radio.
That's true. Yeah.
Poor
Sorry,
people
radio.
on radio. Well, I did tell them to come over and watch us on the channel, right? So yeah, the other thing is I put in the coffee page, psychic.cafe/coffee. So you can grab us a cup of coffee. It's our tip jar. If you're enjoying the show, you learn something new, maybe got a good reading, and you just want to send us some love. Or the other way to use the other reason to use the tip jar, the coffee page, psychic.cafe/coffee. You go over there, you buy us a cup of coffee in the chat, let us know. And guess what? We bring you on right away, no waiting, and we spend more time with you. That's right. So we will take your call first in the caller queue or your question first in chat. So that's the secret way that you do it. Awesome sauce. Okay. And let's see. Tarot Destroyer is back. I remember Tarot Destroyer being in there, and Christina Tarot is in there. She says, congratulations. And Fab is in there. Fab says, congratulations. Yes. I thought we'd never hit that goal. We weren't even really for the longest time even asking people, to subscribe. I think the first couple, of months that we were doing this, at least maybe even like 6 months. And this is going back a year and a half, because a lot of channels, some will have lives, but their main thing is all the videos that they are creating and editing and putting up, and they're not live, obviously. They're, pre-recording them and doing all the fancy editing and all that kind of stuff, making just the right thumbnail and all. And but we're one of the few channels that's based on lives. And yes, we plan on doing more content videos, those, 2, 5, 8-minute videos for, to get content and likes and watch hours and all that kind of stuff like that. But we didn't really care about that kind of stuff because, we didn't care about the watch hours and the subs because, we were doing this just to do this. We wanted to do it our way. We didn't care about the algorithm on YouTube. This is for our members and our viewers and listeners that have been, listening to our radio version for 14 years. And now we're on YouTube, and the YouTube, we've been doing radio for 14 years. The video part is just kind of like icing on the cake. It's just like an add-on. We don't really need it, really, but we started getting closer and closer to the that 500, and at the time, again, last year, for instance, you had to get 1,000 watch hours. No, sorry, you had to get 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, which you still do to get monetized as far as ads on your channel. But you do get some monetization. You're able to do super chats and memberships on the channel and different things like that you get when you hit 500, because they dropped it down this year to 500 subscribers and 3,000 watch hours, which I still think the 3,000 watch hours is high. I mean, for what they're giving you. Now, if they were giving you 500 subscribers, 3,000 watch hours, if they were giving you like the ad, revenue and everything, yeah, I could see that, but they're not. They're just giving you super chats and membership. I mean, it's not nothing, but it's the real money's in the watch hours and getting ads and people watching the ads and things like that. So hey, we're halfway there on watch hours, 500 subs. We might make it someday. So if you want to help us out, like the videos and subscribe to the channel. Yeah, we still need subscribers. Got to hit that 1,000, right? The next goal. And also look at our what do they call them? Playlists. We have playlists on our channel. We have one for each show on the network, but also we have ones like deck reviews. We have a playlist for workshops, free workshops. Pick some things that you are interested in and watch them through, and that's going to help our watch hours. And don't forget to hit like. Got to hit like, and then watch them through, and then that'll help our watch hours, and we'll get to that elusive 3,000.
Yes.
Okay, so let's scroll back here. And before we start taking questions and delving into there's a lot of comments in the chat. Let's go to the phone lines and take a couple calls. You ladies all ready? We're going to start out by going to area code 216. Are you there, caller 216?
Hello.
Hi, what's your name? Where are you calling from? Happy belated.
Sharon, Ohio.
You broke up on me. Say it again, hon.
My name is Sharon. I'm from Ohio.
Sharon, Ohio. Okay.
Sharon?
Thank you. Hi, guys. I got a little anxiety tonight. I know. Okay, I want to phrase this question in the right way for you guys. And congratulations on all your likes and your channel.
Yeah.
Subscribers.
Thank you.
Okay, here's the question. I know you like specific questions. I love my job, the company I work for. I'm in a position right now, but I'd like to change to another department because I just don't want to retire where I'm at. Because I know the next job that I get there, I'll end up retiring in. I'm no spring chicken. But I have an interview tomorrow for it would be a little up move. And then I posted for one that just came out yesterday. Those are the only two that I see. I haven't gotten an interview for the second one I posted for. The second one is a higher level job. I guess to be specific, do you see me being offered, will I be able to get either one of these jobs? If not, I'll be okay. I'll still be in my job, okay? Because I do well in the current position I'm in. I hope it was clear enough for you. Okay.
Awesome. Yes. So who wants to go for that one? Michelle, Ellie, who wants to do it?
Yeah, we can pull cards. Let's
Go ahead.
So
Go ahead, Ellie.
just so that I understand the question, it's just kind of getting a feel for what the situation might be, if you get one of the jobs, or what's the outlook kind of. Is that correct?
Yeah. there's 2 positions that I posted for in the same company within another department. And my manager is glad I'm doing this. I mean, I do really well in the department I'm in now. I'd say like I do well, but I still want to try something else because this job was given to me out of the blue because they eliminated my department. So I didn't choose this job. I was just grateful they kept me. They moved all of us. I've been in the position for like 6 months, but I want to search for something else. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay. So I pulled 2 sets of cards just to kind of give me an explanation of job number 1 that you had gone for and job number 2 that you had gone for. So for job number 1, whichever one that is, I see here with the 10 of Wands. Go ahead.
That one is tomorrow. That's an official interview with the management. I already went through the recruiter, so tomorrow is the real thing. Okay, so go on. I haven't had an answer on the second one because I just applied for it yesterday, or actually this morning. Yeah, I found it on yesterday. Okay, go on.
Okay, sure. Okay, perfect. So just to go ahead and give you the information here for the role that you've already previously applied to, we have the 10 of Wands. So it feels like this may be a bit of a heavy lift. It might even feel like it's a very drawn out interview process is kind of what I'm getting from this card, that it's going to take a while. It's going to take effort. It is a good outlook though, because with the 10, it's the end of a cycle. It's time to begin anew. So after all this kind of long, hard, kind of long road through the interview process, this could be the beginning of a completely new cycle for you where, you know, you find something you're passionate about. The wands there, to me, usually speaks to really being creative, really touching on things that really light you up. So it feels very good potential, but again, the interview process may be a little bit drawn out. Still good though. Now, for the job you just applied to, you said today, this one is a little bit trickier. So what I've got here is the 8 of Swords, but I also drew the Knight of Pentacles. So with these 2 cards together, now 8 of Swords usually speaks to kind of being held back. It's kind of like, oh no, you know, do I have what it takes? Do I have the skills? You know, can I do it? I'm gonna try, right? It's breaking free of these bonds of the eight of Swords here. The figure in the card is wound up in some bandages or some binding, but they're not super tight. They're loose enough to where if this person feels like they can overcome this obstacle, they'll get out of there, right? So with that 8, it really feels like overcoming almost this little sense of like self-doubt. It's giving me a little bit of self-doubt. Now, the reason why I say that you will be able to go through this. I'm sorry.
It's a more depth, little bit. It's a little higher level. Yes, I know. You'd have to take an exam, but it's a great job. Okay, sorry. Go on.
Okay, well, perfect, because that just brings me to the next card I got for you here, Knight of Pentacles. So when we see the Knight of Pentacles in a reading, especially when it comes to career, it is all about planting those seeds, getting them ready to go, making your plans, and figuring out how you can achieve what you're aiming for. This Knight is very methodical. They love to just plan everything out, look at what they've got to work with and say, all right, I've got a plan. They hatch a plan and they go for it. They're all about action. So together, this really feels like you kind of coming to this conclusion of like, you know, with the energy of today, right? Studying, you know, Michelle pulled those cards with the book, and that really resonates here in this energy because it's all about studying, getting yourself aligned with what you need to do, what you need, you know, what seeds you need to plant in order to break free of those little self-doubts, those, you know, those annoying little thoughts like, oh no, can I do this? Can I really do this? Yes, you absolutely can. But it is going to take a little bit of that diligence of the Knight of Pentacles. So overall, I think the second opportunity looks really, really good. Both together, actually, both opportunities look great, but I'm getting a more encouraging vibe, if you will, from the second opportunity that you just applied to. So if by any chance things don't really work out with that first role you applied to, don't worry. I feel like that second role is going to come up and it's going to give you the opportunity to really step up and say, hey, I can do this. You know, I can study that test that I need to do. I can totally do this. So that's what I got for you.
Thank you.
Awesome, Sharon.
Thank you very, very much.
Thanks for the call, and call back in again. I remember when Sharon called in before. Okay, you have to let us know what happens with that now, Sharon. And Michelle, we'll have
Yes.
we'll have you do the 434 one that's coming up now. Area code 434. Caller, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name's Khalil. I'm calling from Charlottesville, Virginia.
Oh, Khalil again. Didn't you call
Hi,
in?
how are you?
I remember
Yeah.
speaking to
Huh?
you.
I'm doing okay.
Great. What's your question?
I was at a Collier's Own International building. It's a corporation that owns offices all over the world. And one of the offices, I was trying to go to talk to my doctor about my anxiety, but I got into anxiety and I ended up going to a different building that Collier's owned, and there was a person that was in the in one of the doctor's offices, and they came out, and it was by the time everything was closing, and they said the person said that the office was getting ready to close. They called some first responders, and this person that was helping me out, they gave me some food and stuff because they thought I was having a diabetic shock, but they stayed with me until the first responders came, and they were in civilian clothes, and I was like, I was just wondering because I only saw them twice. I was wondering if those were like first responders. That was a first responder himself that was just off duty or like making sure everything was going okay in the building. The person that helped me because I know Colliers has their own security there.
Well, I'm not.
Huh?
I cannot say for sure if it was. What I have for you, though, at the moment, as I have the child card, which is an innocence. So there was an innocence to these people that radiated the same vibrations as these other people that you are saying they resembled. I also got the luck card and the lily card, the clover and the lily. These are actually all three very positive cards. And so with the clover being very lucky and the lilies being about peace, these cards are saying whether or not these were the same individuals, they have the same energy. And those are the type of people that are there to help you. And that's the type of people that you are being drawn to. And
Yeah.
if you reach inside of yourself, you will find that that is the type of person you are. And spirit is calling you to reach out and start connecting with your higher self.
Okay.
So that's what I'm feeling.
Yeah.
So I'm feeling that they share the same energy, even though they may not be the same people.
Yeah, it was one person that stayed with me until the first responders came.
Oh, okay. And it very well may have been the same individual. And I feel like, again, the message they want you to know is you need to start reaching in and connecting with your higher self.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks for the call.
You're welcome.
All righty. That was a different question. I'm just like looking at a whole bunch of the stuff in chat here. Lots going on already. Okay, give me a second because oh dear. something's going on where like I'm losing a whole bunch of my chat, and I don't know where it all went when I refreshed here. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Let me try to go over to the channel. Hey guys, if I can't get my chat up, I'm not going to be able to see what the questions are. So you guys are going to have to look them up in the chat for us. I already pulled cards on one, and now I can't even remember who it was for. It was the very first question in chat. Very first
Jasmina
Yeah, what was her question?
would like to know if any
About
money coming my way.
Yeah, that's the one I pulled cards for. Okay, so I'm gonna go with that. I just went on my personal YouTube account to the live. There's nothing in there though, and I know there's a delay. I don't know why, but it takes a while for the chat to show up. So I'm just gonna leave it there. Hopefully the chat will come back. But like my chat starts with God's daughter saying hi, and has Andre mentioned me. Yeah, and all the rest of it disappeared. It just all disappeared. I don't know what happened there. Oh, by the way, Yellow's in there and everything. Wanted to say hi to Yellow. Okay, so what I'm getting for Jasmina is like really good. I literally, took it as a yes, no, and got 5 yes cards. 5 yes cards.
Wow.
So, and again, I keep looking, I keep going back to look at the question, because I like to repeat the question as I'm saying it, and I can't even repeat the question because I keep forgetting what the question was. It was something about money coming to her. What was it again, Michelle? I'm sorry.
You see money coming for me.
Right. And so taking that as a yes, no, it's a big fat yes. But it doesn't say anything. I mean, it's not going to like tell you anything. Right. Timing wise, I'm getting the 6 of Wands card. So, it could be sometime in the next 6 days to 6 weeks. That's what I'm looking at. Now, the central focus card is the Devil card, what we're attached to. So I'm wondering if any delay you have is because you're attached to the money coming a certain way. Because the Hangman's right next to it saying, hey, you need to look at your finances and the way money can come to you and everything from a totally different perspective, 180 degrees upside down from the rest of us. Just think outside the box. The 10 of Wands showing slow but steady progress towards the money coming in. But it seems like you need to do this. You need to let go of, it coming a specific way. And then the High Priestess pops in just saying, okay, also check in with your gut. Check in with your gut instincts on this. And I hope that helped you out. Good luck on that. Now you got to let us know if you have a windfall or if money comes in some way. I just feel like she's attached to it coming a certain way. So if you can get out from under that, the universe can then send funds in, and it'll be like a way that you're completely not even thinking about. Does that make sense? So what was the next question in chat, Michelle? What'd you get? Or what do you see in there?
So the next question was from Shadow. And Shadow asked, could you pull a card for me?
Okay. Who was next? I guess we'll go back
Ellie?
around
Yeah.
to Ellie. Yeah. Rather than all three of us answering every single question, this speeds things up.
All right. So just like a general card pull, I'm feeling called to pull from the Enchanted Forest Oracle. So let's see what message comes through for Shadow.
Cool.
Ooh. Oh, we've got two messages for you, Shadow. Okay, so the first card that came out here is this cute little wood goblin, and it says, "You are complete. You are not broken. Nothing is wrong with you. Don't spend your life fixing problems. Dwell in the beauty of your being. You are enough." And it says, "Now and always." So whatever might be going on right now, if there's a little bit of a bump in the road, you're feeling like, oh man, kind of discouraged, the sign here is you are complete. Do not think of this as a test of, what you're missing. There is no lack there. You have everything you need to forge the path that you choose. It may not come in the way you expect, right? Because sometimes things are just kind of out of the blue, and those are, what we call like the surprise blessings. Now, the second card that came out kind of reinforces this. So it says, "You will get there. You can't force flowers to grow or plants to sprout. Be patient and respect that everything happens in its own way in time." So there we go. There's a message here of being patient and trusting the process, I think, is the phrase that pops up with these two cards. Trust the process. Whatever in your life right now is kind of causing you stress, and you're thinking like, oh man, I'm never going to get through this, or what's going on, and when will I see the light at the end of the tunnel? It is coming. You are protected. You are complete. This cute little wood goblin here, and then the woodland nymph as well, telling you that you will get there. So best of luck in your journey. You've got this.
Awesome. And then we're going to go to, let's see. We've got a phone call. Yay. Area code 917. Caller, what's your name?
Hi, my name is Ashil. Can you hear me?
Yeah, sure, Ashil. Where are you calling in from?
Yeah. New York City. Sorry about that. I had my speakerphone went on, so I'm sorry about that.
That's okay.
I'm
Michelle.
calling from New York. I'm calling from New York City.
Alrighty.
Ashil from New York City.
So what's your question for us?
My question is, I've run into an old connection of mine that I cut off a few months ago. We were at the gym, and there was so much tension, and I kind of literally felt it. So I'm just curious what you guys can pick up. You there?
Are you still
Okay.
muted? Michelle? Okay.
Yes. Okay. So you want to see if we can pick up on...
Yeah, because it's an old friend of mine that I ran into that I cut off, and there was so much tension tonight, when we ran into each other at the gym. So I'm just curious, how did you feel about the whole thing? Because I did feel the tension.
Well, I got the Clover card, which I just got that one a little bit ago. But this is about luck and little small joys. So maybe this was a small joy to run into this person. But I got the mice card, which indicates that yes, it kind of depleted some of your energy inside of you. And then I got the birds, which indicates that it's feeling your nervous tension, as you were saying. So if you put all this together, it is okay to feel that nervous tension, and it is okay to feel the tired and the loss from leaving that relationship behind, but count it as a small joy to have ran into this person, because whether or not this goes anywhere, today's meeting is going to let you know what you want from this person.
Mm.
You may have to sit back and think on it, but this is going to show you your own heart.
Awesome.
So I hope that was helpful.
Yeah, I just wanted to, because the tension was so strong, so it's like, oh, and just like, I just couldn't, I really, really kept my distance, you know what I mean? So I was just curious,
Right.
what was that about? Was that the only one feeling that way, or we both felt that way?
Well, the nervous tension has multiple births in it. So
Mhm.
no, I believe she felt the same way.
Thanks for the call, Ashil.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Great call so far. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Had some weird stuff going on in the chat. That's why we were a little bit distracted. If I looked distracted earlier, it's because I was reading some stuff in the chat that was not good. Dan took care of it, though. Got rid of the crazy people out of the
Yes.
chat. Our moderator. Yeah. So, yeah. I apologize. I got a little distracted because I was, trying to fix the problem with my chat where I can't scroll back past God's daughter's question. So was there questions before that, after Jasmina, and before God's daughter when she's asking about Andre? I think maybe Ladybug had a question. Well, actually, no, it's down here. Never mind.
No. I think that was it. Tiffany came in, Rudy came in, and then God's daughter. Nope. So that's it after.
Oh, so we're good. We're good then. Okay,
Yep.
I'm not missing anything. So we can do. I'm gonna do God's daughter's question about Andre. It's a very interesting one because I've never been asked this before. If somebody mentioned somebody to somebody else, I don't even know if I can actually see something like that, But hey, I'll pull cards on anything. So we're pulling the cards here. I'm not sure. When I first got the Knight of Swords, that could be like a message being rushed in, swords being thoughts and ideas. But when I look at it as a yes, no, I'm getting no. That Andre has not mentioned to you. What's the question exactly? Has not mentioned me to a friend of his. No, I don't think he has. I don't think he has. And the only major arcana card I'm getting is the Justice card. So justice being on your side in that situation. That's what I'm seeing. Okay. So what was next? Let's see. Oh, before we do that, let me see if I can pop over to my slides because we are continuing the lifetime membership sale. It's also 50% off readings. And I wanted to mention about this. We were thinking of ending this at the end of March. And you remember I had the green banner with the shamrocks for St. Patty's Day and everything.
Yep.
And I had it for like one payment of $78, which is 75% off. But some folks were having you know, trouble saving it up. They wanted to know if we could split it into two payments. So I didn't even charge extra for that. It's just $39, two payments of 39, which adds up to 78. So I just cut the 78, which is 75% off our lifetime membership. It's usually $297, one payment is 78, but you can I added it in there as a little extra that you could do it in two payments. Well, I've revamped the sale page at Psychic Cafe /sale, and now the primary button there by the lifetime membership is the two payments of $39. Under that, it says, or if you want to pay one payment of 78, you can. But either way, it's the same amount and it's 75% off. So with the two payments, you pay 39 now. Next month, you pay 39, and you're paid up for life completely. And you get all the benefits of regular, like monthly or annual membership in the guild, including all of our workshops and panel discussions, Q&As, any kind of exclusive content we create just for our members. And you also get my course for free. So my course is normally $297 on its own. I'm including that free. I'm also including certification as a professional reader through the guild, or a professional psychic advisor, we're calling it. If you're not a tarot reader, if you're a psychic medium, or maybe you only use oracle cards or something like that, we're creating a separate certification for everybody else. You want to be a certified astrologer, whatever. We got you covered. And that's normally two payments of $67 or one payment of $124. I'm including it free with this lifetime membership. $39. I'm telling you, it's a steal, and you better steal it now because it's going away. That's right. So I made this new banner up for spring. Yay. Here we are. We are going into April here, into spring. And so I thought, oh yeah, purple flowers to go with our theme, and butterflies. There you go. So I don't know. We're extending it. I don't know. Another couple weeks, maybe to the end of April. Depends on how I'm feeling about it. And also, it depends on how quickly I get the features set up on the new community website, psychic.cafe. The functionality for us to be able to do the subscriptions and everything, so you get automatic access. Might be till the end of April. I don't know. So you better jump on it now, because it is going to go away, and you won't be able to even get it at the $297 price, because we're going to subscriptions. Now, we might bring it out in the beginning of 2025 or something again, but you want to grab it now. It's never going to be this low again. My God, $39. And then you'll get charged a second payment of $39 in 30 days, approximately. And you can set up shop on Psychic Cafe. You get your own custom URL to your page. You can put your buy buttons on there. You get your own blog that you can post on. It's like getting a website for, it's going to be free. You're paid up for life. You don't have to pay monthly subscription or a monthly hosting fee. If you build your own website, you can put your business on Psychic Cafe, and you're set for life. So jump on this while you can. Get my course free. Get your certification free before it goes away. Also want to mention our coffee jar again, our coffee cup, coffee jar, our tip jar. And you can buy us a cup of coffee at psychic.cafe/coffee. If you're enjoying the shows, if you got a good reading, or if you want to be bumped to the top of the caller queue or the question queue in chat, either on today's show or, in the future, you can say, hey, I'm going to be on the show, or I'm going to call in, or I'm going to put my question in chat on such and such a day, because we're on every day of the week, folks. And we'll take you first. That's right. We'll take yours first. Like I mentioned earlier in the show, we are in our 20th year now at the Tarot Guild. And our new website, our new community website, psychic.cafe, it's the world's only psychic social media networking platform now. Shows daily, like I was saying. I'll be here tomorrow with a daytime show at our regular time, 11 a.m. Pacific. On Wednesday, Ellie and I are going to be doing another one of these nighttime shows at 6:30. On Thursday, Charlotte and I will be doing a daytime show. And I just heard from Catherine. Oh, I didn't have her up. There it is. She is still away. They're at Universal Studios in Florida, so no show this Friday from Catherine to Passionate Light, but she'll be returning either I don't know if it's the next Friday or the Friday after that. She's still under the weather too, believe it or not. All this time, it's like been a month. So I hope she's gonna get a lot of rest in Florida and feel better and be able to come back next Friday or the Friday after with a brand new live episode of Compassionate Light. That's right. And then the Angelic View will be back on the 7th. And Michelle's Mystic Corner will be the 13th. So that's everything that's coming up here. And I got to see if I can actually get back, because I have to push about eight buttons to get back. Doing it this way with this background. Damn you, Dan. He's like, you got to do the background. It's so cool. It's like, yeah, but I have to fiddle with technology to make it work. That's the problem. Yeah. So I think it was, I want to say, let me see if there, oh gosh, no calls. The phone lines are wide open, 714-816-4628. If you want to jump on there, you'll be the first caller. Tiffany had the next question and just said, can I get a reading? I would love to. Oh, she said, I would love to learn how to do my terror cards. Terror. I think she meant she wants to learn how to read tarot.
And yes.
Yes. And it looks like, see, Tiffany, I'm trying to see. She did write some stuff down here. I'm trying to see if she had a specific question or if it was just going to be general. How much longer if my situation that I'm in with everything, it's going. I am not sure, Ellie. Because up here,
is it going to smooth out?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that's her question for the reading, or she was just talking to Dan in there. It's hard to make out. That's the only bad thing about chat is it's hard to make out what people are asking or not asking. Because she just said, can I get a reading? But down here, she's talking with Jasmina and Dan, and she's like, how much longer if my situation, or maybe is my situation that I'm in with everything, is it going to smooth out and I don't have to worry about anything at all? I'm not really understanding what she's asking there.
Can we get clarification on the question?
Yeah. Tiffany, can we get some clarity? Hopefully Tiffany's still in there. Can we get some clarification? What are you asking, or did you want just something general? or do you have a specific, was that your question? And if so, can you rephrase it so we can understand what you're actually asking? Hold on, let me see what Dan's saying to her here. Okay. All right. Well, we'll just wait to hear back from Tiffany. Tiffany, let us know what your question is, okay, hon? She said, laugh out loud. Yes. Yeah, but you're still, again, you're not putting your question in.
She'll get there. She'll get there.
Yeah. Let us know whether you want a general, or if you have a specific question, can you type it in? Okay. And I'm going to scroll back up here because we had Ladybug come in. Hey, Ellie, what about meanwhile, while we're waiting for Tiffany, we'll do Ladybug's question, I think, was next.
Okay, sounds good.
What can I expect for the month of April? That's a nice one. Yeah, I like that one.
I love these questions. Okay, so let me see. I may call to pull a angel number card just to kind of get an overarching theme for April.
Mm-hmm.
This is here. All right, so we got number 525, and this is reshape. So this is really interesting. This is giving me changes. This is giving me the energy of something that maybe you've been working on, something you've got going on, that the situation might change. I feel like it's for the better. Let's pull a tarot card just to kind of get a little more info. What do you need to know for me about reshape? King of Wands. Okay, so we've got the King of Wands here. Now, the King of Wands, to me, in this context, feels like this is you kind of stepping up. This is you kind of discovering something that you're really passionate about, something that you're really like go, go, go about. Now, the king, again, is not, bound by any gender, but it's just the embodiment of this really like forward energy. It's this energy of someone who knows their stuff, right? Stuff, but knows what they want, knows how they want to go about getting it. And I think together with this reshape card, it feels like this may be the month where you're either looking into a project or looking into something that you've been working on, something you want to make, almost manifestation kind of energy. And you're going to figure out a way to get what you want. Reshaping, right? It's almost kind of like transformation, but in the sense that you're taking what you currently have and you're like, all right, how can I make this work for me? How can I get this to work? And using that passion, using that fire and that flame that comes from the energy of the wand suit, it really feels like this is something you're going to be driven to do, to just really bring about something that you want to see change in your life. So if you're thinking about like leveling up something, if you're thinking about leveling up a career, if you're thinking about leveling up a relationship or something that you're just really like passionate about, you're being called really strongly to do, this is the month for that. Reshape. So 525 may be a significant number.
Oh,
maybe
look at that.
in the morning or afternoon. Just, I kind of feel like that might be a little hint, a little angel wink, as they like to say, that go for your passions, things you have the power to shape your future.
I like the triangles. Anything with triangles or hexagons, I'm in love with. So, yeah. Sacred geometry and stuff. Okay. And I had seen that was Ladybugs, and I had seen that Christina asked the exact same question, but there was a question from Rudy before that. So I'm going to do that one. And while I'm doing that one, Michelle, I'm going to hand off the Christina Tarot question. Kristen, she put in Kristen. I don't know if maybe she wants us to call her Kristen instead of Christina. It's like her name on YouTube chat is Christina Tarot, but then she put Kristen. What can I expect in April? So basically the same kind of thing as Ellie did. And then I'm going to go back to Rudy's question. Any message from my deceased grandma? Any question or any message from my deceased grandmother? Sorry that we missed yours, Rudy, but there was a lot of text there, and I miss that. So the message from her is that, okay, she feels like you are being like the Five of Pentacles. This is literally like the feeling left out in the cold card, but she wants you to know that there's hope. The Star card. Okay. She suggests, Four of Swords, that you take a step back. Okay. This is one of those thinking outside the box cards. So she wants you to like see the big picture about what's going on in your life and to think of different solutions than you're thinking of. And anything that you've been doing that's not working, well, don't keep doing the same thing over and over again. Do something different. Think outside the box. It's a card of foundations and structure. It's also a card of healing and recuperation. She wants you to take a break. Especially, swords are thoughts and ideas, mental activity, especially the mental activity. Take a break, and then that will lead to victory. So that's the message, Rudy, coming through from your past grandmother. And then now Michelle's going to do your question, Kristen.
Which Kristen's question was, what is coming up for April?
Right.
Okay. So I got the Ship, which is a positive card, and it's talking about movement or travel.
You get the Ship a lot, don't you?
I do, yeah. But I also got the Bouquet, which is a gift or appreciation. And then I got the Bear. And this bear is about strength and leadership. So for the month of April, when you put these cards in a row, you need, whoops, wrong card. I'm so sorry. I'm doing this backwards here. You need to look into taking even if it's a mini vacation, a staycation, take a weekend at a hotel, even if it's in your town, and just take a much needed appreciation for yourself break. Because you are the boss, you are the leader, you are in charge, and you deserve to take that time to recharge. You deserve to give yourself a gift. And so take the movement, take the time, take the travel, and appreciate yourself. So that's what I see for you.
Awesome.
And I hope that was helpful.
Yeah. I had seen something a little bit back from Fab. Fab had said congrats on hitting 500 subscribers, but Fab also asked about I'm scrolling, give me a second. Very distinctive like pictures, so I can pop them out pretty easily, but because it was before that. It was right under the grandmom question I just did for Rudy. That's why I couldn't find it. What about pregnancy questions? Okay, so I personally, my theory on this is I don't do pregnancy questions. I don't think it's helpful. And like in the old days, I can see it. 1800s, 1600s, 1700s, pulling cards on marriages and pregnancies and all this kind of stuff. These days, with all the instant messaging, instant information, instant testing, why do you need a tarot reader? If you want to know if you're pregnant, do a home pregnancy test. If you want to know what, if you're going to ask, like one of the other typical pregnancy questions is, what's the gender of the baby? Go to your gynecologist. They can tell you what my mind is blank. The gender is. I was trying. I'm thinking boy, girl, boy, girl. What the hell's that? Gender? I couldn't think of the word gender. Of course, they don't currently have a test for non-gender. So there's, gender, non-gender. They don't have that yet, but I'm sure they're going to come out with that at some point, right? But yeah, am I pregnant? When's the baby coming? Hello, they have that practically down to a science. Is my baby going to be healthy? That is, going too much into medical advice. And all the other questions, gender, everything else can all be answered by your gynecologist, So yeah, I don't do pregnancy questions. Now, I don't know about you guys. Maybe one of you guys do pregnancy questions, but what's your thoughts on it? Ellie, Michelle?
I generally don't, simply because there are professionals in that field who can way better answer your questions rather than leave it up to, little cards. They're cards and they give insight, but they're not answers for things like health, pregnancy, legal matters, that kind of stuff. It's always way better to consult with a professional and, get some really good science-backed answers.
I agree 100%.
Awesome. So there you go. We answered the pregnancy question. And then Tiffany came back with, I just want to know about my situation I have going on. Is everything going to smooth out? Is everything in a smooth out? See, this is what I mean by text. It's like, I know what she's trying to say, but I don't know if she's mistyping, but basically she said, will my situation smooth out? Will my ex get out of my life and my kids' life forever? I don't need to pull tarot cards. No. You're stuck for life. I'm sorry. It's baby daddy. I mean, you don't get to move to Zimbabwe. Then maybe. No, but seriously, who was next? Was that you, Ellie, or Michelle? Who wants to pull cards on that for Tiffany? Anybody want to pull cards on that? I forget who was next.
I can. I don't know. Okay.
And then I'm going to try to go scroll all the way back up and try to find what was the next question because I lost track of everything.
Okay. Oh my goodness. Tiffany, I swear, woman, I shuffled these cards, but I got the ship again.
Again. You know what the problem is with Lenormand, Michelle?
There's only 36.
There's only 36 cards. You're gonna get the same cards over and over again.
I am.
That's why I said we should reinvent Lenormand.
Yes.
Add a whole bunch of stuff to it.
Yep. So it's time to move on. It's time to forget. You need to let him go, because whether or not he is not letting you go, you need to let him go, because this is causing a lot of burden. I got the cross, which is burden and suffering, and you're sacrificing by holding on to him, whether it is just in thought, but every time you think about him or talk about him, you're putting power out there and you're bringing him back. and you need to let him go. You need to make the choice. I got the crossroads. Now is the time to make that final decision. Do you really, really want him gone forever? Because if you do, now's the time to tell him, or to tell the courts, or to manifest, but make it happen and say goodbye. But you have to make that choice. And you have to let your heart also let him go. So that's what I see. And I hope that was helpful for you.
Yay.
Yeah, let me know.
Awesome sauce. So I got the legal pad. I'm actually taking notes here. I'm just trying to make sure that I didn't skip anything.
Right on.
All the different questions. I'm trying to get them all down here so we don't have to keep scrolling, or I don't have to keep scrolling through this stupid thing. It's I wish I had this earlier. I would have gotten it all. I could have sworn there was another question because I got yellow and I got R, but I thought there was another one back here. We already did Fabs.
Did we do Critica? Yeah.
Michelle, you did Kristen's, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what's that name? Critica? What?
Curatica?
I'm not seeing that at all. Where's that at? Is that below
Curatica Pal? I think one of us might have done hers. It was April Guidance.
Okay.
Oh, can I get a free read?
Yeah, I'm not seeing this at all. I just went back to the very top and I'm going down. And I don't see any.
See.
Oh,
Dan is talking to
Deviani had one.
Tiffany.
Hold on. Deviani had one. Hold on. I remember that. I had said to Devi, we'll get to you, but there's a lot before you. It'll be a bit. Okay. Hold on. Let me do this one. That's Deviani, one of our regulars, or Devi, like I like to say. All righty. Next. And then I'll get the rest while whoever's reading. Who's next anyway? I lost track.
I think it's Ellie.
Ellie, Devi wants to know what's coming up in love next for Deviani.
What's coming up in love next? So let's see.
Yay. And then I'm going to go write down more questions. I'll be back.
Okay. Oh, okay. Actually, let me pull one more card. Okay, so Debbie. All right, friend. So here, the first card that I pulled was just kind of what's ahead, what do you need to know kind of information. And we got the Devil card. So I'd like for you to just kind of take a pause and think about what is it that you're really attached to? What's the outcome you're desiring? What is the thing that you're so singularly focused on for this relationship that might be blinding you to the other things that are out there, the other possibilities that are out there, maybe other matches that are out there? Is there a singular focus that you've got going on that's not allowing you really to see what may be, even though it's like not your main focus, right? The Devil is that card that comes out when we are just really caught up in something that maybe it doesn't serve us. Maybe it's something that we stay doing, a habit we keep doing, a thought we keep repeating because we don't want to leave that comfort zone. So it almost feels like if you're looking for a relationship and you're concerned with maybe, I'm getting a feeling of like where you're going to find this person, Maybe you have a specific person in mind. It's almost like being too attached to a certain outcome. Kind of like, we got a card about that earlier on in the show, but being attached to certain outcomes sometimes can not let us look past that. When we move past this fear of, oh my gosh, am I going to miss this person? Am I going to miss my opportunity? Am I going to miss this chance? We stay too kind of stuck in that mud, right? Now, the card that I pulled to kind of tell me more, how do you get out of this energy? How do you get out of, that stuckness? I got the Emperor. So that is all about stability. It is about strength of the self, this person who is very much in charge. They know themselves, they trust themselves. The Emperor is the energy of somebody who is their own boss, and they know what they want and they are going to get it, right? So it's almost a little bit contradictory about being singularly focused. However, when we look at the Emperor, this person has a very wide scope of knowledge. They have a very wide scope of possibility when they focus on something, right? They're not just singularly focused. They say, this is the outcome I want. What pieces do I need to get what I want? So it's very much about broadening horizons in this context, I think. With the Devil card here and the Emperor, it almost feels like you taking charge of what you want to draw in your life, what love, what romance, what kind of partner, and just really being focused on that and treating yourself like you want that partner to treat you, right? So if you want somebody who is kind and courageous, then you go ahead and embody that energy. You are kind, you are courageous. And then the people you'll notice, the people that start getting drawn to you are people that really vibe with that. And then also, just as a forewarning, the Devil card here, if it's something that you don't quite like and you see that there is somebody in your energy who is maybe exhibiting like attraction to you, but then you get that feeling of like, well, I don't know, that's not really how I would treat me. If they're maybe a little bit out of character for what you would consider suitable partner, suitable match, then it's okay for you to set those boundaries. It's okay for you to set yourself down and say, no, I do not want to be treated this way. I will not accept anything less than what I deserve. And what you deserve is love, respect, and somebody who can be that stability for you there with that Emperor energy. So embody the Emperor, and the Emperor will also be drawn to you in your partner. So overall, I feel like what's coming to you in love and relationship here is a little bit of the need to establish like yourself. You get your energetic ducks in a row, and that'll start coming to you so easily you won't even realize that people are coming to you, potential partners in relationships. So best of luck. I wish you all the best. You've got this.
Sweet, sweet. Woo, lots of stuff going on in the chat. It is just scrolling by. So Michelle, I finally found the Critica. You were reading way down on the list. I'm getting the questions that were before it. And I finally got to the Critica, but that was like 5 questions later.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was what was confusing me. I'm like, where is she seeing this Critica? So, new people coming in. Aniket, Christine, Buwan, Terry. Just want to say hi to everybody in there. And don't worry, I have all your questions. Okay, so Yellow, one of our regulars actually, said April Fool's broadcast. And I'm like, well, I don't know. I mean, it has been a little strange. We did have that, weird stuff in there with Tarot Destroyer that Dan had to kick them out. Do not understand what was going on with that person. Just weird stuff. And just trying to figure out what's going on with the chat and everything like that. And we got to all the callers, and then no more callers. It's like usually throughout the show, people keep finding us on Blog Talk and calling in, So Yellow mentioned that. Oh, Yellow also had the next question, which was, what does the universe want me to know? Hey, let's try to do a lightning round. So I have all the questions. I'm just going to throw them out there. Let's all stay on here. Don't turn your cameras off. We're just going to go boom, 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 and then we're going to end the show.
Okay.
Because we're already like, I keep looking. Oh, we've only been on for an hour. Oh shoot, we started at 6:30. We've been on for like an hour and a half. Okay, I want to get out of here now. I am having fun though. This is great having you guys here.
This
And
is fun. Yeah.
hopefully, I wish every show I had at least 2 or 3 people with me. I want 4 or 5 of us on here and just go wild.
Right. Well, you need one more, and then we'll have Dax's psychics, like Charlie's Angels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go. Sounds good to me. I'm ready for that. What does the universe want me to know? Okay, well, I have no clue what this means. And when I'm not feeling it, I'm just honest about it. I just go, you know what, Yellow? But hey, you may be able to figure this out on your own. So I'm just going to let you know. This is what I'm getting. Okay, 4 of Cups, which again, did you notice I'm getting all these 4s? That's because of what's the date energy, 4 structure, What is it you're unhappy about? It's like you're unhappy about something, right? And then along comes the Empress card. Okay, what do you need to manifest here? And of course, the Empress is a mother, often depicted pregnant. Oh, there's that question from who was it? The Fab question from Fab. Do you guys do pregnancy?
Yeah.
So the nurturing energy, you need to be good to yourself, I feel, is part of the message here. And then the 8 of Cups. What is it you need to let go of? What's especially any emotional baggage, you need to let go of that, or you're not going to be able to make progress. So that's the message I got, Yellow. I hope it helps and makes sense to you. I wasn't feeling anything, really spectacular there. And I'm honest when that happens. I'm going to check mark that off. Okay, lightning round. R wants to know, is James my soulmate? You going to pull something on that, Michelle? And then Ellie, that Kritika wants the April guidance too. So you can pull cards on that. And then I'm going to do, it's weird because you're getting all the April ones, and then I'm getting all the general ones, and then and then Michelle's getting whatever,
Okay. So I got 24, the heart, which is love. And then I also got 26, which is book, which is knowledge, hidden information. So I think that, and I'm so sorry, can you repeat that question one more time? Just so I hear it going through my head.
R wants to know, is James my soulmate?
Okay. So if you want to know if James J is your soulmate, we got the heart card, which is love. We got the book card, which is secret knowledge. Does this Jay know about you and your feelings? Do you know about Jay's feelings? Take the time. I've got the moon card. Don't let illusion get in your way. Use your intuition. Use your insight and just go up to Jay and start conversation, because I do have some pretty positive cards. These are 3 positive cards, so I'm going to say yes, especially with the heart card. So I hope that was helpful.
Awesome sauce. and then Ellie's going to do the Kritika April guidance.
Yeah, all right. So Katika for April. The overarching energy for you is the number of 22, which is harmony. So a lot of good stuff going on in April. And I say that because the two tarot cards that popped out to accompany that message, we got here the Queen of Rings, which is the Queen of Pentacles. So a lot of prosperity, good work-life balance, again, going into that harmony energy. So if there's anything of your time, your resources, self-care is pretty big at this period of time for you. This is the time to really just revel in that beautiful energy. Accompanying that as well is the Ace of Wands. So again, we're getting a lot of this passionate energy of just kind of going for what you want. Ace of Wands is really about that inspiration to create something. So I think altogether, this feels like a very beautiful energy for the month of April for you. It's all about alignment and balance and you taking care of you, doing what you want to do. There's a lot of rhyming in there, but yeah, just a lot of beautiful energy for you.
Awesome. And then I'm going to do Christine's. Meanwhile, Michelle Buwan wants to know, does Raya love me? So you can start pulling on that. And Terry wants to know, how long am I going to have to live in an RV? I don't want to be homeless. And will I get to see my family in Texas? That sounds like two questions. I think just do the RV one for now. And then Margie just came in. Margie's got a question after that. All righty. So, I was doing the general for Christine. Again with the general. Okay, 5 of Wands. Some squabbling going on here. Do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? That's what I get from like almost all the 5 cards, but something similar to the last one I just did, another 8 card. And, like the 8 of Cups, only this time the problem is overthinking things. So the universe wants to say 8 is abundance. The way to abundance is to get focused on one thought or idea and not have too many thoughts and ideas, too many irons in the fire. And also, besides focusing on one, are you overthinking things? That's what I got as a little message to the universe to spur you along, Christine. There. And let's see. Michelle's got Boo Ones. Does Raya love me?
So Buwan. I got the Sun and the Ring. Both very positive cards, both yes cards. The Sun is happiness. The Ring is commitment. These both represent love. I'm saying yes. I feel that she probably does love you. But I also got the Whip. So be watchful for patterns. You may see something that makes you feel like comfort, like I got the house. You may see patterns that make you feel like home, like this is the one, this is right. So just be careful that you fix patterns before walking into a commitment.
Okie dokie. Ellie, you had the one from Terry about how long am I going to have to live in this RV? I don't want to be homeless.
Goodness, I'm so sorry to hear about that situation, Terry. Yeah. But
at least they're in an RV. At least they have some kind of shelter.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's interesting. You're getting the strangest questions. I mean, some of them.
Well, some of the cards that I pulled for you, Terry, I just kind of wanted to get a feel for. First of all, what do you need to know, right, in order to make your situation change, in order to move it forward in the direction that you want? So I started off with just kind of, hey, what can we expect as far as timing? And of course, my deck is sassing me and it says the Wheel of Fortune. So it's really all about luck and timing. It's really about how things align. And appropriately enough, that's kind of what I asked my cards, just to kind of give me some information for you, what you need to know in order how to get that alignment. So the Oracle card that I got for you here to start was Soul's Window. Now, this one is all about listen to what speaks to your soul, right? So almost instinctively, you may have a clue about how quickly you want this to move. You may even have a clue about where and why. So if this is something that you're really drawn to doing now because you absolutely need to, then that's, that feeling with that Wheel of Fortune. It's about waiting for that right moment. Now, the two tarot cards that accompany this, surprisingly, we've got the Death card. So transitions, change. I definitely feel like this is a good sign that there will be change. You will be moving into something that you want, more permanent housing or maybe closer to family. I'm feeling that it's more about the stability, right? You want to live somewhere where you're settled and happy. And that's what speaks to your soul. So the other tarot card that came out as well here, we had the High Priestess. Again, it's really about trusting your instinct. It's about trusting that you'll know when this Wheel of Fortune is on its spin upward and things are aligning and it's time to move, move, move. So I feel like it's really kind of tricky. Timing is tricky for me as a reader, but I like to get a sense of like, what do you need to know for when things align, right? Because sometimes it's hard to know like when is the right time to make a move, but the things that'll come into play when it's time to make a move, again, transformations, changes, things that come up that you're like, you know what? This is it. This no longer serves me. I'm ready to move on. And then again, High Priestess, trust your intuition. There are secrets out there that the universe holds. Wheel of Fortune's telling you, it's going to happen when it's going to happen, divine timing. But again, listen to what speaks to your soul. Listen to that little nudge from your soul that says, hey, the time is right. Let's go. So just kind of be on the lookout, be aware, be ready for those opportunities to pop up, and you will know with this High Priestess there when it's time to make a move. So.
Awesome. Okay, we got to get out of here soon. Margie was the last one, and she was asking, I have it written down on my notepad, but I'm just going to go back to it because she was only one up there. I want to know if I will be meeting someone special. And with questions like that, I start putting out cards and I'm looking for the guy to come in. And man, I had to put a lot of cards out. But I got all yes cards. I mean, that's pretty amazing. All yes cards except for one, the Seven of Cups. So you might have like a fantasy idea of like, how did she put it again? I'm gonna look at the question again. Special someone, putting it that way. Special someone, I'll take anybody. They don't have to be that special even. But it just makes me think of an illusion or a fantasy lover kind of thing going on, which that might be what's slowing things down maybe a little bit. Plus you seem to be bouncing some things. All right, but then I'm getting cards that are, it's not like the Two of Cups or the person coming in, so the Court card or the Two of Cups or the Lover's card or something like that. But some of these cards, like the Four of Wands, can be, especially with the Ten of Pentacles, that could be a wedding celebration, family coming together, look at that. Ten of Cups. I mean, these are all cards about a relationship thing happening. This is interesting, though. Look at this, Michelle and Ellie. 3 of the 410 cards show up in this spread.
Wow.
10 is like, I almost said endings. 10 is beyond endings. 9 is endings in numerology. 10 is a special circumstance in tarot where it's that hairbreadth moment before one, because really it is one. 1 + 0 is 1, which is the new beginning. But it's like it's the card that tells you that any of these 10 cards, that something is ultimately over with and something else is starting, like a new cycle, So it seems like you're ready for the guy to come in, and again, sometimes that 10 of cups though can be similar to what I was saying about this what was it, the 7 of cups, that could be a little bit of a fantasy situation, the perfect idyllic thing, relationship kind of thing. But it seems like you need to end something and just let that all go, but I think eventually then I get, there he goes, he shows up, the King of Wands. So Wands is fire, so what, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't, a Sag or Leo or Aries showing. It doesn't have to be. Could just be someone that's, got those attributes, But yeah, he eventually shows up, but it's like, I don't know, it's like something needs to completely end more is what I'm seeing. Whew. We made it to the end. Rudy, we already did your question. Oh my God. Rudy, where were you? Now you're gonna have to scroll back through the show to when I did your question. That you had the question about I can't even scroll back to it. It's so far up. You had the question about a message from your grandma, and I answered it. And by the way, I said this on a recent show, Ellie, and I'm going to say it again now. It's like, okay, when a lot of readers, including myself, when we read for somebody, 5 minutes later, we completely forget what we said. That's why we record our professional readings, our private sessions. It's not so much, just to give a recording to the client. It's also because we don't even know what we said. We go into kind of like a trance, and we're just throwing cards down, and just all this information is coming out, and we might be with them for 20 minutes or a half hour or 40 minutes or an hour. I don't, in an hour meeting, an hour private session, I don't know what I said 15 minutes in, so I have to record it.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
the energy of the moment, and it just flows. So you gotta catch it when it's coming.
Yep.
Yes. So unfortunately, we can't take any more questions. We got to get out of here. But I wanted to thank Ellie and Michelle for joining me. I hope we can do this again real soon, because it's loads of fun. Mm-hmm. On Wednesday night, we're continuing trying out these nights, and like we've been doing great with the nights, and I think even more participation in the chat and callers, but people have to get used to it, right? And so far our schedule is kind of going to be like Monday night, Tuesday morning show, morning, afternoon. Then Wednesday it's the night show again, 6:30 p.m. Pacific, and then Thursday it's daytime again, and then Friday should be Catherine, but she's not going to be here this Friday, so I'm going to do another nighttime show. So anybody wants to show up, Michelle, Ellie, not Catherine, Charlotte was on with us. Yeah, Charlotte's going to be with me on Thursday, but maybe she'll come to the evening. Yeah, whoever wants to come. Oh, we got to ask Pamela, because we weren't having the night shows, and she's not available, but she might be available for a night show.
Ooh.
Yeah. She usually comes on Sundays. Yeah.
Yep.
So thanks everybody, and I
Thank
will see you all tomorrow. I'm gonna do what they call a solo show tomorrow. Bye everybody. Bye.
Bye everyone.
Thanks Ellie. Thanks Michelle.
Thank you, Dad.